Because we have so many different dialects in this country. So what is the key for a Brit like yourself to do an American?
Well, there's always, when you do an accent, you know, whether it be an American accent or a British regional accent, there's always, if you like, a key phrase that you latch onto. But it really depends on the individual. It doesn't necessarily mean that someone who is an American, let's say, who maybe comes from Texas or wherever, could do a New York accent. It's very much up to the individual and whether your ear is good. The key thing, I suppose, is I can hear it when it's wrong, and that's quite important to have. And it was just a break. You know, I know many extraordinary young actors in England, my contemporaries and some who are friends of mine, and they need a Sid and Nancy. You know, they need a bit of luck. I do feel that someone's actually looking down on me. I feel, you know, incredibly lucky, fortunate to be here.
He tried to explain the story to me, and he said, "Look, I'm not very good at this." He said, "I don't know how to explain the story to you." I said, "Well, look, forget about that. Who's the character?" And he said, "Well, he's a pimp, and he's a white guy who thinks he's black." And I said, "Okay, I'll do it." I worked with a sound guy on the last movie I did, who had hair just like this. And I thought, well, maybe dreadlocks, you know, like a white guy is like trying to dread his hair. And I had this lens and this scar and the teeth, and I just kind of put it all together. You know, he could have rejected it, and he said it's too much, or lose the eye, or the teeth are good, but anyway, I think yesterday was the first day, I think. And he just looked at me and said, yep, great. He said, check the boots out. We're gonna well, they're not my idea, but. And we were filming in, I think is it Williamsburg? Yeah, in Queens or Brooklyn? Yeah, I'm not sure. And we were at the campers, the trailers were out on the street, and there were these black guys hanging out. And I heard this voice, and I thought, yeah, that's the guy. So I had a tape recorder, and I said to him, yo, come here. And I took him into my trailer, and I said, do you mind if I tape your voice? So I taped his voice, and then I just wear headphones, and I just listen to it, and, you know. And then I'm working with these great guys, so, you know, you're hearing the rhythms, and, you know.
And I think, and it's my work has been very influenced and fueled by that, you know.
How so?
Well, as I say, because he wasn't around to see a lot of it, I would find myself standing in the wings, you know, when I was in the theatre doing plays, and sort of I would have conversations with him. Or one night I would dedicate it to him and say, you know, this one's sort of for you or whatever. You know, it was a strange kind of relationship with him, and because I think when a father goes, the little boy kind of has to become a dad in a sense, and then there's always that, you know, there's such powerful mythical figures to us that then you have that, you know, you have this whole image of who Dad is, you know, and you know, and now with time, and I can look at it and think, well, you know, he wasn't perfect. I made him perfect.
No. Okay, so tell me how you approached it as an actor first, just to such a, what do you want to deliver to me as a viewer about this guy and the way you played him?
But there's a humanity to him. I think that you have, and I try and do that with everything I do. That
Even the terrorist in Air Force One.
Yeah, yeah.
Where was the humanity in him?
Because he had a loyalty and a belief.
And he was acting in the interest of a higher calling. True?
Yeah. Yeah. And so with Runyon, you try and show a man who is not. It's not one-dimensional. It's just, and people who are evil or bad, or it's never just that simple. I know I would argue that I may be at the height of my power, or on my game,
right,
if you like.
I do.
As an actor, but I'm not hugely in demand.
Really?
In the current atmosphere, which is about, there's a premium on fame and who's on magazines, and I chase roles that other people get. This is not the angry Gary. This is not the bitter Gary.
It's a conversation precipitated by me.
Yeah, and it's an observation.
Right.
Okay. I'm just applying common sense to this. And you look and you say, could I play that role? Yes. Am I a good enough actor to play that role? You go, yeah. So what have they got that I haven't got? You have to look at what you haven't got, because the body of work is there. But in the current atmosphere, the body of work doesn't mean jack.